I am Farah Manju, a female and kids empowerment coach, and I'm the owner of Baraka Coaching and Empowerment, based on the North Coast, South Africa. And I empower women and children to become the best versions of themselves. And I help them to boost their self-love, self-confidence, and self-worth so that they can live their best life and the life of their dreams. So for today, our topic is all about self-worth and how self-worth is the gateway to abundance. And you might be wondering, how is this possible? So I'm going to unpack this in our discussion around abundant blocks and how your lack of self-worth is actually one of the greatest abundant blocks. So let's get into it. So sometimes when we feel worthless, we don't really know why, but we naturally devalue ourselves. And whether it be in our personal relationships or in business, but when we are lacking self-worth, we vibrate at a very low frequency and we attract low frequency things to us, low frequency clients or people into our lives. But when we have a high level of self-worth and we feel worthy and deserving of our goals and desires, we actually attract more abundance into our lives because we are not manifesting things into our lives from a place of neediness or desperation or lack, but we actually feeling full, complete, and abundant, and we manifesting what we truly desire from that space. It is only when we do not think we are worthy and deserving of our desires, and we have these self-limiting beliefs that they actually push and block the blessings that want to enter our lives. So on the path of abundance, there are many blocks, but one of the biggest thing that comes to mind is our scarcity mindset. When we have these limiting beliefs that we are not enough, based on where we come from or what we have been told or conditioned growing up, that we don't have enough or we're not rich enough, we can't afford something, and those things become imprinted and embedded into our neurology, and we begin to feel that we are at a disadvantage to others and that we'll never amount to anything and that we are nothing, we're useless or we're worthless. So this very state of being, this feeling of being unworthy, this is what blocks us from actually allowing those opportunities to come to us. That abundance that is waiting to enter our lives, we push that away. And what comes to mind right now is self-sabotage. We actually sabotage what was meant to come to us, what was, part of what God or the divine intended for us. We push that away with our mindset, with our thoughts, and whatever's going on in the background subconsciously. So we've been actually living a lie because we've told ourselves that we're unworthy. But whose ideas and whose beliefs are they? Most of the time, it is not even our belief to begin with. So when we open ourselves to understand our true worth and value, and we recognize who we are, and we see our value, and we see ourselves as adding value to the world, we will begin to recognize our worth. And when we recognize our worth, we allow the whole world to see us for who we really are. Because having these beliefs in place, we play small, we dim our light, we do not allow ourselves to show up as our authentic selves, and we just really contract who we are. We play small in so many areas and we do not show up. And these silent saboteurs actually allow us to doubt ourselves, and we just unable to claim what is rightfully ours. Because abundance is your birthright. It's available to everyone who thinks they are worthy and deserving of it. So the main message I want to put across is that in order for us to reach that level of abundance that we desire, we need to change our thinking. We need to change how we feel about ourselves and how worthy we are and how worthy we feel of our desires, because that determines how abundant you will be, and it opens the doors to that abundant life that you dream of. So the question I want to put to you, do you feel worthy and deserving of the life of your dreams at this present moment? And if your answer is no, then you have a lot of soul searching to do. You have a lot of mindset and inner work, because at the core of your being, you are abundant. There's just layers and layers of negative ways of thinking and emotional shutdowns that made you think otherwise. So when you peel off those layers, you will recognize that true diamond inside of you, that pristine diamond that has a lot of value to add. And once you see your value, you allow the whole world to see it. And people will then start to respect you and honor you and actually want to do more for you, especially in relationships. When your partner values you, you find that he is more willing to go out of his way for you. So why do we hold ourselves back? It's because we are not working on those core issues that are blocking our path. We are unaware of these blind spots that are limiting us in our lives and not allowing us to take those risks when those opportunities present themselves, because we are too scared of failure. When we feel unworthy, unfortunately, there's a lot of fear around rejection, that we don't feel good enough. And when we've told ourselves that we are not good enough, then we just feel as though we can never be good enough. So looking at this abundance blocks and these issues around self-worth, I am going to be discussing some tips in the form of 3 steps on how you can overcome your self-worth issues and boost your self-worth in getting to the core of the issues and the root cause, because I believe that in order to heal any block in your life, you got to understand where it all comes from and heal it from its source. So the first step is to heal the lack of self-worth by breaking free from the hook of unworthiness. So you need to start unpacking what beliefs you have bought into and where those beliefs come from, and understand that these beliefs were not even yours. They were passed on to you from childhood. When you grew up with your family, you've bought into beliefs and you've overheard them saying things that became your reality. So usually these beliefs are not even yours to begin with. So the second step is to choose to change the old conditioning from the past by reprogramming the subconscious mind for you to begin to see your own value and worth. And how you go about doing this is through hypnosis and through the journey, or NLP. And I'm an NLP master coach, a journey practitioner, and a hypnotherapist, and I help my clients to boost their confidence and their self-worth and self-esteem, and it's really phenomenal work. So step 3 is to acknowledge what makes you unique and what makes you stand out, because embracing your true authentic self is what allows you to accept who you are and for you to be able to define your own worth and not based on comparisons or external standards. So looking at your authenticity, this is where your magic lies. That the more authentic you can be within your own essence, the more abundance you will attract into your life. You will become a magnet to abundance. It's just magical. So looking at what you have to offer the world, recognize that value that you can add to the world that makes you so unique and special. And when you see this, you will see your contribution, your worthy contribution, and feel proud of what you can do for this world and for humanity. And every single one of us deserves to be happy and to live that fulfilled life of our dreams, and you're really worth it. So if you are feeling that you are not good enough, you are not worthy, do try these 3 steps out. And I promise you, you will connect the dots to where it's all coming from and uproot those beliefs, let go of them and start imprinting new positive beliefs and truths into your neurology and into your mind-body system. So I want to tell you a little story about how I rewrote my old story of unworthiness. And one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about sharing self-worth tips and how to boost it is because I never had self-worth. I didn't think I was worthy or amount to anything, and I really felt I'm not good enough and I'll never be good enough. And growing up, and where this actually came from, I really had to unpack and connect the dots to where it all came from. I actually grew up without a dad in a broken home, and I compared myself to my friends' lives who had everything and had a privileged life, and I felt that people will not value me as a child because I come from this broken home and I don't have all the things that everyone else has. So it made me feel that I was not good enough, and I really had to work through that because I felt as though people were judging me based on where I come from. And I implemented these 3 steps and I managed to flip the script and turn that around. And now I'm living my true life's purpose, feeling so worthy and, deserving of living this life of my dreams. I have 3 kids, a beautiful husband, and I'm really enjoying life to the fullest. Just expanding my happiness and joy and spreading that to the world. And that's how I add value to humanity. So I hope that you utilize these 3 steps, and please do share in the comments how this video has benefited you and what you have realized and learned from this experience implementing the 3 steps, and do share them in the comments. I would love to hear in the comments how this video and the 3 steps on boosting your self-worth has helped you unpack where your lack of self-worth or where any abundance blocks are coming from. And if you'd like to go a little deeper and work on the root causes or the core issues of your abundant blocks or lack of self-worth, then do reach out to me, because I believe that the work I do is quite transformational, and you will be able to see a vast difference within a few sessions. So please do like, comment, and share this video to your friends and all those who can benefit. And do subscribe to this channel and you would receive notifications. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day.